Good afternoon. We begin this noon with breaking news. The manhunt is over for a suspect involved in a shootout with Dekalb police. 2 Dekalb County police officers, 1 suspect shot at the Colony Ridge Apartments right on Glenwood Road. A second suspect who sparked the massive manhunt this morning is now in custody. We have been following the story for hours for you. We have several crews devoted to bringing you the latest information on the story. Let's begin right now with Caitlin Ross. She's live with the latest on the suspect just arrested in this case. Caitlin.
Karen, we do know that that second suspect was arrested just minutes from this mobile command post. He was arrested in a cemetery where police had initially had the gathering point for everyone to make sure they knew what they were doing to rally around. So this whole thing happened within a half-mile radius of each other. There's been an incredibly heavy police presence here all day as they searched for this suspect, allegedly after shooting 2 police officers. It was a fierce day for police officers as they searched this entire area. Very, very scary for residents as they were told, code red, stay inside of your homes. Police did give us a briefing around 10:30 to let us know just what had happened when police pulled up to that initial call out.
This morning about 6:45 a.m. our officers responded to a report of a home invasion armed robbery at the Colony Ridge Apartments. As our officers arrived on the scene and began to approach the location, they were immediately fired upon. 2 of our officers were struck, but were able to return fire, striking at least 1 of the suspects. Both officers have been transported to an area hospital with what's believed to be non-life-threatening injuries.
And now the good news out of all of this is that those 2 police officers are okay. They were relatively new to the police force. They're young police officers, but they did say they followed protocol. They did everything they were supposed to do. As soon as they pulled out to that call up, they were fired upon. They returned fire, hitting one of those suspects. But now that that second suspect is caught, it's all wrapped up here at Glenwood Road, Karen.
All right. Caitlin's been on the story since 7 this morning. Thank you so much. Several people were awakened by the police response to the shooting. Yvonne White is staying at the Econo Lodge, which is down the street from that shooting. She told us what she heard and saw.
Yes, absolutely. I was scared. And I mean, it's very scary because knowing someone is right around here. And I know that car had something to do with this. The way it just didn't make any sense. It's not that many people at that hotel. And for him to go around the hotel going 70, 80 miles an hour.
Neighbors who live in the area are upset. They've not been allowed to return to their homes, as you might imagine, but things are changing now. Ryan Kruger joining us from the apartment complex where the shooting happened. And Ryan, when are neighbors being told they can get back inside their homes?
Well, a lot of neighbors have been able to return. That's the good news. So this is the apartment complex where it happened. It's the Colony Ridge. It's right off Glenwood, not too far from the I-285 interchange. There are some police activity still back there, still gathering information. During the search, police really closed off about a quarter mile in each direction. It started from the perimeter, from 285, going up to Columbia Road, about a quarter mile to the west, as well as down to the south by Snapfinger Road. On Austin Road is another area that was closed off for a very long time. We actually spoke with a woman who was waiting for 4 hours. She works at a hair salon nearby. She can't get to work. She had clients there. She waited for 4 hours until she could finally get to work. So you're trying to get to work and do what you
get to work. My clients are calling. One of them sat out here with me until a few minutes ago and she left. So I'm trying to get to work.
And all of the roads reopened about 11:30 today, and a lot of the residents were certainly glad to be able to return to their homes and to return to their daily lives. Karen?
I bet they are. Ryan Kruger, thanks so much. You've been out there all morning, too. Both officers were rushed to Atlanta Medical Center with what we're told were 9 non-life-threatening injuries. Valerie Hoff's outside the hospital with more details, and I see a big police presence. A lot of officers came to, show support.
Absolutely, Karen. You can see behind me that there are 4 or 5 Dekalb police cruisers as officers come here to check on their colleagues. The names of those 2 officers who were shot have not yet been released, and for that reason, we're having some trouble getting specific updates on their conditions. We're supposed to have their names in order to get new information. Here's what we do know. One of those officers was shot in the thigh. The other one was shot in the calf, and one of them was taken to surgery about 90 minutes ago. The spokesperson for Dekalb Police says they are both relatively young officers, and again, we don't have anything more in their condition other than one was shot in the calf, one was shot in the thigh, and they are not expected to suffer any life-threatening injuries. Quite a harrowing ordeal for them this morning now. Karen, back to you. to you.
Absolutely. Valerie Hoff outside Atlanta Medical. Thank you so much. Now, one of those suspects was shot during the confrontation with officers and we're told is in critical condition at Grady Memorial Hospital. Stacey Elgin's outside Grady with more on that. Stacey, what can you tell us about this suspect?
Yeah, we're told that that suspect has been undergoing surgery throughout the morning this morning. There are multiple agencies involved in this situation. Fulton County Sheriff's deputies, DeKalb County Police, DeKalb County Sheriff's deputies. Now, we did just see an ambulance being escorted by a DeKalb County police car. It was just brought in here. We are waiting for confirmation to find out if that indeed was the second suspect that was captured this morning, if he indeed was brought here. We will continue to monitor the situation. Again, the first suspect was undergoing surgery this morning. We're not sure what type of injuries he had, but we are told that he was in critical condition. I'm sure officers are waiting to get some more information from him and why this whole situation happened in the first place. We'll continue to bring you any new information that we do get from Grady. For now, we are live at Grady. Stacey Elgin, 11 Alive News.
Stacey, that sure looked like the same ambulance that left the scene when we were watching, so I will be waiting to hear what you find out. Thanks. 4 schools were placed on a soft lockdown following the shooting. They are Columbia High School, DeKalb Preparatory Academy, Snapfinger Elementary School, and Towers High School. That lockdown was lifted just about 15 minutes ago. Donna Lowry's at Towers High School. And Donna, what's the latest you're hearing from there?
Well, we know that that lockdown was lifted, as you just mentioned, Karen, and then they are just basically doing business as usual. There are 4 lockdown modes that the school system used. The soft lockdown is the lowest of the 4. And as you mentioned, those 4 schools, 2 high schools, Towers and Columbia High Schools, DeKalb Prep and Snapfinger Elementary. For the most part, a soft lockdown means that they are using an overabundance of caution. Things go on as usual, but it's an alert for both the staff and some of the other people in the surrounding areas.
And we have our own DeKalb school police at each of the 4 schools, monitoring people coming and going. The students are following a normal schedule. I would dare say if you would ask one of the students right now what was going on, they would know what you were talking about, because nothing has changed within the school.
Yeah, and we found that out certainly here at Towers High School, where we are right now. The parents did not have to be notified. School will let out as usual, as it would have done under that soft lockdown. Reporting live from DeKalb County, Donna Lowry, 11 Alive News.
All right, Donna, thank you so much. Now let's take time to recap our breaking news for you this morning. 2 DeKalb police officers shot after responding to a home invasion call at the Colony Ridge Apartments. That's on High Court Place in Glenwood Road. One officer was shot in the calf. The other officer suffered a wound to the thigh. They were fired upon as soon as they arrived. Both were told expected to recover. One of the suspects, we're told, was shot and is in critical condition at Grady Memorial Hospital right now. And the second suspect, we believe, just arrived at Grady. That suspect caught after an extensive manhunt about 4 hours long this morning. 4 schools were placed on lockdown, a soft lockdown, according to Donna Lowry, who you just heard from. Officials say the students are fine. They'll be released at their normal times today. We are continuing to follow this story for you. We'll have updates coming up. There will be a news conference at about 12:30, and we hope to bring that to you as well. So stick with us. We are continuing now to follow our breaking news from DeKalb County, where the 2 police officers were shot after responding to a home invasion call at the Colony Ridge Apartments right on High Court Place and Glen Ridge Road. Both of them are at Atlanta Medical Center, expected to be okay. Our suspect, one of them, shot in critical condition at Grady. The other suspect just arrived at Grady, caught after a massive manhunt. Devin Feely joining us from the area where police found the second suspect. Interesting. A cemetery, Devin?
Yeah, that's exactly right, Karen. And it was a massive and intense manhunt involving several law enforcement agencies. Now, obviously, the DeKalb County Police Department took the lead, but I also personally saw a SWAT team from the DeKalb County Sheriff's Office, and all of this ended. They cornered the suspect in the cemetery behind me here after an intensive hours-long manhunt for that second suspect. Now, I want to paint a picture for you. We saw, as I mentioned, DeKalb County Police, the Sheriff's Department, SWAT teams from both, heavily armored vehicles, as well as canine units fanning out in the neighborhoods around where the original shooting occurred until they were finally able to flush the suspect out and chase him here to the cemetery behind me where he was taken into custody. Now, as we mentioned, he's apparently been brought to Grady, but we have no exact details about the circumstances under which he was arrested and the nature of his injuries that he is presumably being treated for at Grady now. In DeKalb County, Devin Feely, 11 Alive News.
All right, Devin, thank you so much. Of course, 12:30, we're saying just a couple of minutes. We expect to hear more on the arrest and just what happened and if that suspect was shot. So, Devin, thank you. Time now to turn to our weather, and temperatures really pretty pleasant for this Friday. Tracy Humphrey in for Chesley today. You're looking very dapper.
Dapper. I'm trying to get in the holiday spirit. A little red in my skirt. You got your red on. Yeah, it's going to be really nice for the holidays. If you're thinking about some holiday shopping, you haven't had a chance to get out there just yet, the weather for today as well as this weekend will cooperate nicely. Right now, it is 51 degrees. Plenty of sunshine outside. Winds out of the west and northwest at 6 miles per hour and very low humidity. Current temperatures, just quickly, how about the 50s? Yeah, pretty actually normal for this time of the year. Mid to upper 40s in northern Georgia and the lower 50s from Marietta, Atlanta, all the way down to Covington. For today, here's how the day plans out. Here's how it shakes out. Noontime 51, plenty of sunshine. 4 o'clock in the afternoon, expecting an afternoon high around 58 degrees. And then around 7 o'clock tonight, temperatures will start to back off a bit, expecting temperatures in the upper 40s. So all in all on the wazometer for today, I'm going for a 9. That's pretty nice. We rate your weather from 1 to 11. Today, a 9. It was a cold start. You'll see afternoon highs again around 60 and slightly higher than normal daytime highs this time of the year. Weather headlines. Again, we had that chilly start, but we're going to have a sunny afternoon. A really nice weekend on tap with temperatures expected to be in the 60s. And I'm sure you've heard about that massive storm out in the West Coast. Well, that West Coast storm is headed I moved out the way. This way. Yeah, it's going to be coming into play by the beginning of next week, and it will give us a chance of some showers. So let's take a look at that. Regional satellite and radar. Here's the high pressure system that is going to bring us a beautiful end to the week. It will also give us a really nice weekend. 60-degree temperatures, plenty of sunshine. Now, we were concerned about the system out to the west, but not so much now because this high pressure system is a blocking high. It essentially blocks that system from making any eastward progression, and that's why we're expecting plenty of sunshine for the weekend and really nice temperatures for the weekend too. Now, eventually this huge weather maker, the one we're calling the Pineapple Express, all of that moisture dumping itself on parts of California, that's been the drill there. They're seeing plenty of rainfall, record amounts of snowfall for this time of the year, up to 2 feet above 7,000 feet. And also looking for some pretty wet roadways there as well, with winds expected up to around 70 miles per hour and waves up to 30 feet. Yeah, a very significant storm system. It's going to be making its way east, and it will give us a 20% chance of rain showers moving into play for Tuesday. For the Northeast, still looking at their nor'easter wrapping up. Just a few lingering snow showers in parts of New England and here at home. Just a few high clouds expected. All in all, I can't find too much to complain about. So you know what? Let's enjoy it. Today, a 9 on the wazometer. Saturday and Sunday, a 10. Yeah, I said that, a 10. 60 for Saturday, 63 for Sunday. Monday still pretty nice, but that storm system will come in. We'll see increasing clouds throughout the day, a chance of showers moving in late Monday, and then about a 30% chance of showers coming into play for Tuesday with much cooler conditions expected and improving conditions back behind the passage of that system. That is a look at your weather. Back over to you, Karen.
I don't see anything to complain about either, Tracy. Thanks. But your old neck of the woods, things are a little different. A Pacific storm causing widespread blackouts, destructive wind, and sheets of rain. The forecast is for more rain both later today and early next week. One positive effect is that all this water is making a difference for drought-ravaged parts of California. People on the East Coast dealing with a fierce nor'easter, bringing them wet snow, ice, strong winds, and heavy rain. Thousands of people in New York and New England dealing with power outages. The slow-moving storm is expected to dump more snow on those folks today. We cannot complain. Look at that. We are back with a look at some of the other headlines for today right after the break.